everybody, welcome back to KidsPoint Online. My name is Pastor Nate, and I'm super excited you're with me today. Before we get into anything, could you do me a huge favor? Could you like this video and share it and make sure that you're subscribed to our channel? Because it really helps us get known around so people can have more joy and hope in their lives. All month long, we've been talking about responsibility. Does anyone remember what that means? Yeah, you're right. Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. I've actually been hearing and seeing some stories on Facebook where some of you have been really doing a great job at showing how responsible you are. I'm talking about you, Allie. Last week, we talked about the importance of using what God has given you and not wasting it. We watched a story about how a boss gave his 3 employees money to look after and to double the money. And do you remember what happened to the third person? Yeah, everyone else, they doubled their money, but the third guy, he was a little bit too scared to do anything with it, so he just buried it. He wasted it. But today, listen, I asked you a question. Have you ever said something that you know you shouldn't have said? If you're anything like me, I'm sure that you have. But today's Bible story is about a letter that a man named Paul wrote to a church that he started. He was helping them be Christ followers. So let's watch this video today and see how it can help us.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 29.
There's an old saying you might have heard before.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah, on the surface, that makes sense. I mean, you drop a heavy rock on my leg, I might end up with a big cast. But you yell at me, and I don't even get a scratch, right? Well, it's a little more complicated than that, as we're about to discover in a letter from the Apostle Paul to the church in Ephesus.
Let's see. What are the most important things they need to know?
Paul had spent years teaching the church in Ephesus, but now he was in prison. So he wanted to remind the Ephesians what God had done for them and how it should change the way they treated each other, especially when it came to their words.
Don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then what you say will help those who listen.
Your words are strong and powerful. They can make an incredible impact on the people around you, whether that's for good or not. Let's imagine what it might look like if we could actually see our words.
You totally rocked it on the field today.
Oh, now those words were like a nice pat on the back. Words can be incredibly encouraging.
Hey, I know you've been feeling kind of sad. I'm always here if you need someone to listen.
That was comforting. Just like a cozy blanket and warm cocoa. But we don't always use our wordy superpowers for good.
Wow, did you even look in the mirror this morning?
Ouch. Oh, that burned. Things are getting messy here.
And if you get really angry, well, that's when your words can be real zingers.
You are so mean. I wish you weren't my brother.
Ooh. Thoughtless words can shatter someone, break apart relationships. We all make mistakes with our words sometimes. We all end up hurting others with the things we say. But when that happens, sometimes we get a second chance to use our words wisely.
I'm really sorry. That was an awful thing to say. Can you forgive me?
Just like your words can hurt people and break relationships, words can also be the glue that puts them back together. Your words can actually bring healing. Think about it. Every single one of us has the power to make or break somebody else's day with just a few words. Whether you write it, speak it, type it, or shape it, your words are an incredible tool. You may not have the money to buy somebody an expensive gift, but the note you write or the encouraging thing you say in the hall may mean even more to them. So, think about your words. Each one. Weigh them carefully. Picture actually what they might look like when they come out of your mouth: a knife that cuts deep, or an encouraging pat on the back. Remember, Paul believed our words are so important to God that he wrote about it from prison. Don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then, what you say will help those who listen.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I think we've all heard this sentence before, and it sort of makes sense, since if a giant boulder fell on top of me, it would hurt pretty bad. But words, they're not actually gonna hurt me in the same way, but being called hurtful names can actually hurt someone pretty badly on the inside. In the letter that Paul wrote to the Ephesians, he says this: don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then what you say will help those who listen. It's hard sometimes when you get frustrated and you want to say a bad word, or you get angry at your brother, your sister, your parent. You just want to yell mean things at them. We've all been there before, but Paul reminds us that we should not be saying mean or evil things, but only things that build each other up. Our bottom line this week says this: use your words wisely. When someone says something mean to you, how do you feel? Probably not very good, right? But what happens when people say nice things to you? You feel so much better about yourself, don't you? So this week, if you feel like you're just going to blow up, I want you to do something for me. I want you to pause what you're doing, think about what you're about to say, and then only say it if it builds someone up. Okay? Think of this. Pause, think, say. This week at school, I want you to find 3 people who you can talk to and say something that is positive about them. And it could be honestly about anything. We know words are powerful, so why not use them to do powerful things like building someone up? Thanks so much for coming to KidsPoint Online, and I hope that you guys will remember that. Use your words wisely. It's super important. And if you could do me a huge favor, this QR code right here, if you could scan that with your phone, it'll prompt you a text message, and you can have your parents text me what the bottom line is. And if you know what that bottom line is, you get to win a gift card to McDonald's. A couple of weeks ago, we actually had a girl win that all the way from St. John, so we were able to give her a gift card this past week. It's in the mail, so it's awesome. So if you know what the bottom line is, text me that number, and we'll make sure that you get a prize this week. All right, guys, that's it from me. I can't wait to see you guys next week. Same place, same time. See you later.